It's WrestleBash tonight, the biggest show of FBW. I have a match for the United States Championship. You have to defend the FBW Undisputed title. But tonight, what matters the most, on the biggest stage, the brightest lights, we have to make sure that we keep our titles. We have to show the community that we are denied no more. We have to be undeniable. We have to make these poor excuses of threats to us suffer. We got to go out there and we have to get things done. By whatever means that's necessary, we have to do. You understand, Reeves? We have to walk out tonight still on top. Whatever you need, Reeves. I know you got my back.
You know what? I think I'm going to do this one on my own.
Are you sure? On your own?
I want you to stay back here. It doesn't matter what happens out there. Just stay back here.
I trust you. Don't let us down for violence.
Got you.
All right.
Look at me now. The Razor Rage has got me this. I went from undesirable to ungoddamn deniable. I brought a new guy to his limits. I probably scared him away. I am sick and I am tired of all of these goddamn pathetic, sorry excuses of wrestlers coming through this arena, trying to run right through everything that I've done. I am going to show you all what it means to be the United States champion, what it means to be a wrestler.
Anthony Aries, you are a succubus.
I can hold the weight. He said that he ran me out of the company. I have just started. My sole mission is to help reclaim and to help revive this community because it was a dying, shriveling piece of...
You want the title? You want to take my throne? You're gonna have to earn it. If you can't scratch and claw and earn something for once, like a real man, out of your fake delusions, I'm going to take this United States Championship back to Violence Enterprise.
No one, and I mean no one, outsmarts the class act.
You think for even a second that I am just gonna go waddle back to my stage shows, though they are much classier than this, you are sadly mistaken. You can expect me show after show after show until you realize that I am the best thing that has happened to this promotion.
Draven, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I've been through many wars, and if WrestleBash 9 is my curtain call, I will be damned if a man like you just bullshit some way into stealing this from me.
WrestleBash 9, I don't want to hear any complaining when I hold that title above my head and prove to you that I am the best thing to come to FBW since its start.
FBW fans, welcome to WrestleBash 9, the biggest show of the year for FBW. And to kick things off here at WrestleBash 9, we have a United States Championship ladder match where this man right here, he calls himself the class act. Draven Solis looking to shove Anthony Aries out of the limelight and bring a new age of elegance to FBW. Now, Draven Solis, he is not a stranger to the United States Championship and Anthony Aries because earlier this year at Genesis, it was Draven Solis versus Anthony Aries for the United States Championship. However, Draven Solis lost that match. but he survived 10 minutes at No Love against the Titan, Andrew Havoc, the current hardcore champion, and he earned himself another shot. But this is not going to be an easy match for Draven Souls because this is a ladder match where the only way to win is to climb a ladder and retrieve the United States champion. But Draven Souls has not been in a ladder match. He doesn't have the experience, but the United States champion, the Razor Rage, this man right here, he has the experience in ladder matches. He has the experience on the biggest stage of FBW WrestleBash because this man right here, Anthony Aries, he has not been pinned or submitted at WrestleBash. He has the best track record of any competitor here in FBW at WrestleBash. And the last time Anthony Aries was in a ladder match at WrestleBash, he did lose, that being WrestleBash 6. But Anthony Aries, he has won ladder matches in the past. One of his biggest ladder match victories being at Showdown episode 15 in 2019, where he defeated First Lady of FBW, Ruby, in a ladder match for the Undisputed title. But this match right here will crown the new face of the United States Championship division going forward for this year.
Introducing first, the challenger, Draven Souls!
The time has arrived.
And your champion, the reigning, defending United States champion, the Razor Rage, Anthony Aries!
Going to be a very interesting match as Anthony Aries chose this match because he wants Draven Souls to earn and show some grit. He wants to be the United States champion to hold the division down, but Draven Souls quickly trying to run and retrieve the United States championship, trying to get a quick one on Anthony Aries, but the experience factor, the ruthless attitude of Anthony Aries, just taking it to Draven Souls, taking him off the ladder and throwing him into that shed. Draven Souls thinks that Anthony Aries is old and washed up, and he doesn't deserve to be in the limelight, to be the face of FBW, but Draven Souls believes that that is his duty, that is his purpose here in FBW, but Anthony Aries taking Draven Souls down with a clothesline. Now, the last time these two men fought was Genesis, and even though Draven Souls had a great showing in that match, Anthony Aries took the United States Championship. Anthony Aries using his experience factor over Draven Souls, who is still in his first 6 months of his wrestling career. Anthony Aries suplexing Draven Souls. Anthony Aries trying to wear down Draven Souls to incapacitate Draven Souls so he can climb the ladder and retrieve the United States Championship. There are no pinfalls. There are no submissions. There are no disqualifications. The only way to win is to climb the ladder and retrieve the United States Championship. Now, Draven Souls, he has an ego. He brags a lot, but you can't underestimate Draven Souls. He has some good showings in matches so far here in FBW, at Genesis, at No Love, at Fight Night. Anthony Aries knows what Draven Souls is capable of. He cannot underestimate Draven Souls in their third encounter meeting in the ring. Last show at Fight Night, Anthony Aries and Draven Souls did briefly interact with each other, but now Anthony Aries moving the ladder, setting it up near the trampoline, moving the ladder away from the United States Championship. What is Anthony Aries planning on doing here? He's dragging Draven Souls into position and now just targeting the leg. Anthony Aries has that Curse of Aries lock that you do not want to be locked in on, but Anthony Aries targeting the leg. Good strategy by the veteran in this match. You target the leg. If you don't have your legs, you cannot stand, you cannot climb the ladder, which this whole match is based around. Anthony Aries putting that cookie sheet right on the leg of Draven Souls. Now he's climbing the ladder. This is not looking good for Draven Souls. Anthony Aries is on top of the ladder. What is he going for? But no, Draven Souls moves out the way, and he knocks Anthony Aries out with the cookie sheet. landing on that uneven surface of the trampoline. It is so easy to twist your ankle, to injure your ankle. Anthony Aries has to be careful, and now Draven Soul is taking it to the leg of Anthony Aries, and now he has Anthony Aries locked in that leg lock, trying to damage the leg of Anthony Aries, but Anthony Aries countering with his own leg lock. Both men locking each other in a leg lock, trying to get the upper hand, and Draven Soul is now kicking Anthony Aries. Going after the leg is a great strategy for this ladder match. But now what is Draven Soul going for here? And he floors Anthony Aries with a clothesline. And now choking Anthony Aries. And now Draven Soul is dragging Anthony Aries into position himself. And now Draven Soul is on top of the ladder. He's now in the high risk district. What is Draven Soul going for here? Going for an elbow drop. Doesn't look like he got all of it, but he got enough. Still dropping some body weight onto Anthony Aries, putting some damage on Anthony Aries. And now Draven Soul is grabbing the ladder.
Come on.
Moving it back towards the United States Championship. First attempt in grabbing the United States Championship. Can Draven Soul have it won here? Almost touching the United States Championship, but Anthony Aries takes Draven Soul off the ladder by throwing a cookie sheet. And now Anthony Aries himself climbing the ladder. This is Anthony Aries' third defense here. But no, Draven Soul now targeting the leg. Draven Soul now throwing Anthony Aries off the ladder. Pulling him down. Falling off the ladder is a big risk here. Every time you climb the ladder, you run the risk of getting pulled off. Falling from that height, you can twist an ankle, you can injure your leg, blow out a knee. The risks are endless here. Anthony Aries feels if that Draven Soul wants to be the face of FBW and he wants to take his crown, he has to show some grit, prove his worth here, and he feels that a ladder match will be the right opportunity to show who really deserves to be a champion here in FBW. Now what is this? And no, Draven Soul is trying to go for a stomp. Now Anthony Aries has him locked in. Draven Soul is trying going for a stomp used by Anthony Aries' tag team partner Sam Reeves and Violence Enterprise. We saw Violence Enterprise face the team of Draven Soul and Chris Dynamite. And now Anthony Aries going back to the leg with those leg DDTs. Trying to snap the leg of Draven Soul. This is what I'm talking about, the experience factor. Anthony Aries, he's been focusing on the legs more out of these competitors. And now Anthony Aries has Draven Soul locked in a single leg grab. But that's what I'm talking about, Anthony Aries with the experience factor. He's been mostly going after the legs. And now Anthony Aries trying to lock in his Curse of Aries lock. That leg lock that has made many victims tap out in his FBW career. But Draven Soul is trying to fight out of it. And now Anthony Aries just using the cookie sheet because he could not get the Curse of Aries locked in. Now Anthony Aries going back towards the ladder. It's going to be very hard for Draven Soul to stand up. You've seen a lot of leg damage done in this match so far. And now Anthony Aries, he's right at the United States Championship. Can he grab the United States Championship? But no, Draven Soul. Draven Soul interrupting Anthony Aries' climb. Now what is Anthony Aries going for here? Draven Soul falling down. Looks like Anthony Aries was about to jump. Anthony Aries thinking twice to take that risk, but Draven Soul, he shoves Anthony Aries into that fence. Now Draven Soul dragging Anthony Aries up against the gate. What is Draven Soul setting up for here? Could he be looking for a knee strike? I don't think he got all of it. He clipped the top of the head of Anthony Aries. I think he got enough of it to knock out Anthony Aries. Draven Soul showing the effects of all the damage that has Anthony Aries done to his leg. Draven Solis slowly climbing the ladder. Every time he puts pressure on that leg, you have to think of the pain that is going through his leg. But Anthony Aries tipping the ladder, and Draven Solis falls off the ladder, landing on his legs. Great strategy by Anthony Aries. Now Anthony Aries, what is he going for here? He's throwing Draven Solis back into the ring, looking to incapacitate Draven Solis more before climbing the ladder to get the United States Championship. And now what is this? And a cutter by Anthony Aries. The Dynamite cutter, shades of his longtime friend, Chris Dynamite. And now what is this? Anthony Aries, he has the Curse of Aries locked in, finally! A move that has made many victims tap out in the past. But it doesn't matter if Draven Solis taps out here. You have to climb the ladder to win it. But Anthony Aries has that Curse of Aries locked in deep. The agonizing pain that Draven Solis has to be in. It's going to be hard for Draven Solis to climb the ladder. I don't even know how Draven Solis can climb the ladder at this point in this match. And now Anthony Aries has his chain. A chain that has been the deciding factor of many of Anthony Aries' matches as of late. Now he has it wrapped around his fist, looking to knock out Draven Solis. And he strikes Draven Solis with the chain. Just knocking Draven Solis out. Look at this replay. Right off the skull. That chain strike was the deciding factor in their Genesis match from January earlier this year. And now Anthony Aries, he's climbing the ladder. Draven Solis is knocked out in the middle of the ring, but Anthony Aries showing the effects of the damage that Draven Solis has done to him in this match. Climbing the ladder slowly, giving enough time for Draven Solis to get back in the fight, and now Draven Solis now grabbing the leg. And now he has a leg lock locked in, targeting the ankle of Anthony Aries as he's on top of the ladder, and now just striking the leg. Trying to pull Anthony Aries off the ladder, and he does. And now what is Draven Solis doing here? He has a chair. What is Draven Solis setting up here? Now just choking Anthony Aries on the ground. This is all about being the face of FBW. And now Anthony Aries grabbing the ladder. This is not looking good for Draven Solis, and he cracks the ladder right off the skull of Draven Solis. Now Anthony Aries laying down the ladder, setting up the ladder to do some damage. Anthony Aries has been in many ladder matches. He knows how to use the ladder for his advantage. And what is he going for? Is he looking to drive the skull of Draven Solis into the ladder? And no, Draven Solis got the upper hand, and a bulldog right off the ladder. A bulldog right off the ladder. Anthony Aries, he's out cold. Anthony Aries' skull bashing off that ladder. This has been a very brutal ladder war here to kick off the biggest show of the year, WrestleBash 9. Now Draven Solis, he's trying to set the ladder back up. And he manages to get the ladder set back up, looking to climb the ladder and win his first championship here in FBW. But Draven Solis feeling the effects of that leg. And now what is this? And Anthony Aries with a bat right to the legs of Draven Solis. That bat just cracking off the leg, and he throws him back into the ring. Even if Draven Solis if he manages to win this match, I don't even know how he's going to have a reign as champion with the damage done to his leg. And Draven Solis kicking that bat into the skull of Anthony Aries. Draven Solis with an Insiguri, having the bat ricochet off the skull of Anthony Aries. And now Draven Solis has the chain of Anthony Aries. Could he be looking for revenge? And he strikes Anthony Aries with the chain. Revenge for Genesis 2025 from this January. And now setting the bat and the chain over the neck of Anthony Aries, and a leg drop. A leg drop right to the neck of Anthony Aries with that bat and chain over him. Anthony Aries has a history of neck problems in his career. And now Draven Solis looking to put the stamp on this match and retrieve the United States Championship once and for all. Could we be looking at a new United States champion in the Class Act? But no, Anthony Aries. Anthony Aries striking Draven Solis. The resilience of Anthony Aries, you cannot deny it. Throwing Draven Solis right into the ladder. Shoulder first. You target the arm, you injure the arm, you can't reach and use your arms to grab the United States Championship, but Anthony Aries looking to retain.
Anthony!
Wait, what is that? That's the mask of Felix Zapata. Throwing the mask of Felix Zapata. Anthony Aries has his cousin's mask, but he's deciding, does he? Oh no, wait, what is this? And he tips Anthony Aries off the ladder. Anthony Aries being distracted by the mask of his cousin, who he's been yet able to fight. Anthony Aries conflicted of if he should have got the belt or keep the mask, but now Draven Solis climbing up the ladder. Could this be the final moments of this match? Draven Solis is our new champion.
And your winner, the curtain call, Draven Solis!
We had a new United States champion and possibly a new face of FBW in its near future. The Class Act Draven Solis outsmarted Anthony Aries with the mask of Felix Zapata. That's why you cannot underestimate this man. He has a bright future here in FBW, and it starts with the United States Championship.
I told all of you! I am here to fix this broken community! This is to create! This right here. This right here! I hate Felix Zapata. I hate my family who abandoned me! This right here is going to be my downfall. Once and for all, I need to take him out. I need this! Felix Zapata, wherever you're off injured, I'm going to find you. I'm going to give you this mask because I don't just want your mask. I want to rip it off your skull. And then
Draven Solus. I'm taking my goddamn United States Championship back. This is not the end. This is not the end.
FBW fans, things are about to get hardcore when the hardcore title is defended here tonight at WrestleBash 9, when two men making their WrestleBash debuts fight over the hardcore title. And this man right here, the Dragonheart, Dante Kruger, he recently returned to FBW representing and defending his heritage of being Mexican and being a luchador here in FBW. He returned last month at Showdown in a great showing against Anthony Aries for the United States Championship. But now here tonight, he has stepped up to Andrew the Titan Havoc, who has been disrespecting fellow luchador and fellow member of his heritage, the Golden Star Gladiator, Felix Zapata. So Dante Kruger has stepped up to Andrew Havoc and has his sights set on the hardcore title. But this man right here, the hired gun of Violence Enterprise, looking to keep the hardcore title in Violence Enterprise, but he is also the Glory Stimulus holder. So if you have to think that if some way, somehow, Andrew Havoc loses the hardcore title here tonight, he has a shot for even bigger and better gold. But this man right here in his second reign of the hardcore title, he briefly lost it to Felix Zapata, but won it back, and now is in his second defense of this title. He successfully defended the title last month at Showdown against Felix Zapata, but now Dante Kruger has stepped up, and he wants the hardcore title, and he wants to shut Andrew Havoc up, because in Andrew Havoc's battle against Felix Zapata, he has disrespected Felix Zapata and the heritage that Dante Kruger is representing here in this run of his career in FBW. Now this is for the hardcore title. Hardcore rules. Anything goes here tonight. You only win by pinfall or submission. And we also run the factor of any other competitor can run into this match and make it a triple threat, a fatal four-way, and steal the hardcore title here from these competitors. So these competitors also have to have that looming fact in the back of their minds. But this is both men's first match up against each other, and their first match here at WrestleBash, the biggest show of the year. So we're gonna have to see if that factor gets in the mind. Sometimes they get put under the pressure of the biggest lights and the brightest lights. We're gonna have to see how both of these competitors react here at WrestleBash 9. Both men talking smack. Andrew Havoc is no stranger to that. Dante Kruger looking for his first gold in years. The last time Dante Kruger held gold was back in 2021. But Dante Kruger shoving down the Titan. And now Andrew Havoc flooring Dante Kruger with a massive clothesline. They do not call Andrew Havoc the Titan for no reason. Looks like Dante Kruger was trying to reach for a weapon. We're going to be seeing a lot of weapons here tonight. This is the hardcore title, but now Dante Kruger targeting the legs, trying to bring the big man down to his knees, and he does. What is Dante Kruger getting? He got the cameraman to give him a cookie sheet, and he strikes Andrew Havoc off the skull. Again, taking down Andrew Havoc, but Andrew Havoc firing back up. And Dante Kruger drop kicking the cookie sheet into the legs of Andrew Havoc. Targeting the legs of the big man is a great strategy, but Andrew Havoc floors Dante Kruger with the cookie sheet. Andrew Havoc recovering easy, and now getting revenge by targeting the legs of Dante Kruger himself. and right off the skull. Andrew Havoc introducing the hardcore title the other month before Showdown, looking to bring a new age of chaos with Violence Enterprise to FBW. And so far it has been Andrew Havoc holding down the division of the hardcore title. And we've seen some very brutal matches so far. A lot of weapons being used in the previous hardcore title match against Felix Zabata, who we haven't seen Felix Zabata since Showdown after his hardcore title match against Andrew Havoc, but Dante Kruger flooring the Titan with a low blow. And now, what is this? And a leg drop to the chest of Andrew Havoc with that cookie sheet. Innovative weapon use by the Dragonheart, Dante Kruger. And now we've seen this before. Dante Kruger targeting the limbs, just stomping limb by limb of Andrew Havoc. Andrew Havoc trying to crawl away, but Dante Kruger just stomping, dissecting the Titan. Dante Kruger does have the experience factor over Andrew Havoc. Andrew Havoc definitely has the size and power advantage over Dante Kruger, but even though Dante Kruger returned the other month, some fans may not be familiar with Dante Kruger, but Dante Kruger does have a history in FBW. He wrestled in FBW in 2020 to 2021, being a former King of the Yard and Undisputed champion. Now both men in the center of the ring. Dante Kruger striking Andrew Havoc, laying in those hard strikes. Andrew Havoc falling down. So Dante Kruger, he's not new to this game. He's been a champion in FBW. He has beaten the likes of Anthony Aries, Chris Dynamite, Jared Payne, and now Dante Kruger trying to choke out Andrew Havoc. But Andrew Havoc using his power advantage over Dante Kruger, and he gets out of the chokehold. And Andrew Havoc firing up, striking Dante Kruger with the cookie sheet. And now, what is this? We've seen this before. Is he going for the cookie sheet clothesline? Dante Kruger says, bring it! And he floors Dante Kruger with a cookie sheet. That cookie sheet clothesline. And Andrew Havoc taunting. What is Andrew Havoc going for here?
Some men.
Leaving the ring. And now he has that bat. Sizing up Dante Kruger, and he strikes him right in the gut with that wooden bat, and right off the skull. And again, right into the ribs. We can see broken ribs, and now to the back. Using that bat to his advantage. But sometimes Andrew Havoc lets his emotions get the better of him. Him taunting now lets Dante Kruger get into the upper hand, and now just dissecting the limbs of Andrew Havoc with that bat. And off the chest once again. And now what is this? Andrew Havoc, he has Dante Kruger up, and he throws him into the shed. The power advantage over Dante Kruger, we are seeing it. And now he has the bat once again, that wooden bat. And now Dante Kruger with the hardcore title, just striking Andrew Havoc, knocking him loopy and striking him again. And now he has it over his back, and he strikes the belt right into the back. Using that hardcore title, that metal right off the skull of Andrew Havoc. Andrew Havoc, he's staggered on his feet. And now, what is this? Dante Kruger throws Andrew Havoc back into the ring. And now Dante Kruger has another bat. He has 2 bats now. This is not looking good for Andrew Havoc. Just dissecting the limbs, trying to damage the whole body of Andrew Havoc, picking him apart. Dante Kruger, a tactician of the ring. But the brute force of Andrew Havoc taking down Dante Kruger. Now what is Andrew Havoc going for here? He's wrapping a cookie sheet around the bat. The innovative mind of the hardcore titan, Andrew Havoc. But what? Both men at a stalemate, trying to distract Dante Kruger, and he strikes that bat right off the skull. And now just whacking Dante Kruger. And now right off the bat. And oh no, Dante Kruger fighting back. And now striking, giving the Titan all that he got. And what is he going for? Is he trying to suplex the big man? And he suplexed the Titan, almost dropping him on his neck. Oh my God. Both men giving their all here tonight in their WrestleBash debut.
1, 2.
But Andrew Havoc, he kicks out. Both men want to leave an impression here at WrestleBash 9. The biggest show of FBW. Both men in their WrestleBash debut. Both men have a lot to prove. Dante Kruger, even though he has a career, he's been away for a while, and he wants to prove that he still has it, and he wants to prove that he belongs back in the main event scene. And now Andrew Havoc, he wants to prove that he can be a future star here in FBW, and he can be a useful hand to Violence Enterprise. But Andrew Havoc leading with Dante Kruger. I think Andrew Havoc came into this match with a little, underestimating of Dante Kruger. But so far, Dante Kruger has had a very good showing in sizing down the Titan. And now Dante Kruger trying to go for that Mexican crab. But Andrew Havoc manages to get out of it. But now Dante Kruger has a leg lock locked in, but there are no rope breaks. You win by submission or pinfall here for the hardcore title at WrestleBash 9.
Goes Titan like margaritas on the beach? No.
And a strike right to the back of the head. Very interesting words by Andrew Havoc. I think he tries to use that for some sort of mind games to get into the head and confuse his opponents. I don't know if it truly works. Now, just taking down the Titan. Dante Kruger now picking up Andrew Havoc. Could he be setting up for the kill shot? But no, just a stunner as Andrew Havoc falls down. This has been a match with very weapon use. That's why this is why it's the hardcore division. But now Dante Kruger with the headlock locked in and a bulldog of sorts. And I think Andrew Havoc landed on that cookie sheet. And now Dante Kruger trying to get back up to his feet. What is Dante Kruger planning on doing? Andrew Havoc recovering. Dante Kruger looking for another weapon. All weapons are legal here in these hardcore title matches. And now Dante Kruger has a chair. We've seen all the weapons here tonight at WrestleBash 9. We've seen ladders, we've seen bats, cookie sheet, now a chair. Titan trying to tell him to bring it. And now what is this? And he strikes him. I think he got him in the neck. And now to the midsection, striking him with that chair. And right off the bat, trying to stagger. We've seen so many. It took how many chair shots to bring down the Titan? Like 4? This is why he's the hired gun of Violence Enterprise. I think Dante Kruger, he's now setting up for the kill shot, the move that has won him many matches here. I don't think the Titan knows that he's setting up for the kill shot. And a massive boot right off the skull of Andrew Havoc. Andrew Havoc might have met his match here tonight at WrestleBash 9. And a low blow to Dante Kruger. And now striking him with the cookie sheet. And just throwing it at him. Where is Andrew Havoc going now?
Where is it? Where's my baby?
This has lived up to its name of the hardcore division.
Oh, Father.
And what is this? Dante Kruger hitting that super punch right onto Andrew Havoc, staggering him. Andrew Havoc has that hardcore title. Dante Kruger has to watch out for it. That can knock out anybody. Throwing Andrew Havoc back into the ring. And the title being thrown out of Andrew Havoc's hand. We see all the weapons in the ring. You have to be careful where you land, where you fall.
You know, you talk too much. You know.
Dante Kruger clearing the ring. Landing wrong on a weapon can end your career and definitely cost you the match. Dante Kruger picking up Andrew Havoc. Could we be setting up for the kill shot? And Dante Kruger hits the kill shot. Could this be it? Could we see a new hardcore champion here in FBW? He's rolling him over for the cover.
1, 2.
And we have a new hardcore champion in the Dragonheart, Dante Kruger.
See you soon.
I'm here today for my revenge.
I've done this twice. Both times you have lost. Both times you couldn't get the job done. Both times, Chris, I put you down.
At first, it was just for the title, but now you want to take my friend away from me, and you want to embarrass me in a street fight match.
Winners do whatever it takes. Champions do whatever it takes. Not get injured and drop the belt.
He wants to see me go insane. Well, I could go insane.
I don't care if you're the Punisher. I don't care if you're the veteran. I don't care if you're $1 million dynamite selling toilet paper. I do not care at all. You're gonna have to pry this out of my cold dead hands. No one is gonna take this from me. Not you. That final judgment is gonna knock you crazy, and you're gonna have to go to a nursing home and have your diapers changed.
I will make sure I wipe everybody off this goddamn floor! because I want my title back, and I will do nothing, and I mean nothing until I got my hands on you, Sam. This is my company, my show, my title, and I swear to God, not you, not Aries, not Andrew fucking Titan, and certainly not Gore is gonna fucking stop me.
The devil always wins.
I will see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of WrestleBash 9, and it is all or nothing for this man right here, Chris Dynamite. Now, this all began last spring when the Wolf of War, Big B, attacked and injured Chris Dynamite, forcing Chris Dynamite to vacate his Undisputed Championship. And ever since then, Chris Dynamite has been on a mission to reclaim the title that he never lost. And at Genesis earlier this year, Chris Dynamite had his first opportunity to reclaim his title, but he fell victim to the wrath of Violence Enterprise and Sam Reeves. He then had another shot at No Love in a street fight where he fell victim once again to Violence Enterprise and Sam Reeves. And now Sam Reeves, the reigning and defending Undisputed Champion since November Endgames 2024, is looking to make a record of 3-0 against Chris Dynamite. But there's a big keynote in all of those matches against Chris Dynamite, and that is he had help. At Genesis, he had Anthony Aries. At No Love, he had a paid luchador. And now here, he faces Chris Dynamite in a bull rope match that Sam Reeves has never won. There's another major keynote with all of the help that Sam Reeves has had in his prior matches against Chris Dynamite. Here tonight at WrestleBash 9, Violence Enterprise will not be ringside. So can Sam Reeves defeat Chris Dynamite with no help, with no Violence Enterprise in a match that he's never won, and at an event that he never won?
This is the WrestleBash 9 main event, and it is a Florida bull rope, and it is for the FBW Undisputed Championship. And now the challenger, he is the $1 Million Punisher, Chris Dynamite! And his opponent, he is the reigning and defending FBW Undisputed Champion. He is Sam Reeves.
So this is the first bull rope match in FBW history. Now, Sam Reeves has competed in a bull rope match before, being at BYWN Heart of Glory 2023 against Anthony Aries, but Sam Reeves lost that match. And now this is Sam Reeves' second WrestleBash, the first being last year's WrestleBash 8, where he came up short against Anthony Aries. So the factors here are not in Sam Reeves' favor. He's never defeated Chris Dynamite without help, and he's never won a bull rope match, and he's never won at WrestleBash 9. So we're going to see if Sam Reeves can get the job done all alone. Sam Reeves claimed on the pre-show that he wants to change his ways, that he wants to start doing things the right way to prove to himself, to prove to the doubters, to prove to the haters that he is the real deal here in FBW. But so far, it's all been Chris Dynamite wrapping Sam Reeves up in the rope, and he has the dragon wings locked in. And you only win a bull rope match here by pinfall or submission. There are no disqualifications. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, as you are tied to your opponent. And now both men trading strikes. This is these men's third match up against each other. Like I said, Sam Reeves winning both matches, and Chris Dynamite gets floored with a massive clothesline by Sam Reeves. Now, even though Sam Reeves has had help in his matches against Chris Dynamite, Sam Reeves has still taken the pain, taken the damage to Chris Dynamite. You cannot underestimate what Sam Reeves can do in the ring. Now, even though the odds are not looking good for Sam Reeves, you cannot deny the experience factor that he has over Chris Dynamite in a bull rope match. This is Chris Dynamite and FBW's first sanctioned bull rope match here. Sam Reeves has that experience factor over Chris Dynamite, but does the experience does that triumph the odds that are not in Sam Reeves' favor? Sam Reeves now in control of this match. This is Chris Dynamite's first WrestleBash in many years. Chris Dynamite missing WrestleBash 7 and missing WrestleBash 8. So does the stress of being on the biggest stage, the brightest lights of FBW, does that get to Chris Dynamite, who hasn't been on this type of stage in many, many years? And now a double clothesline, taking both men out. These men have been going to war for the past couple of months. You have to think, after this war is done and the dust settles, years, time off of these men's careers will be taken off. Both men now trading strikes in the middle of the ring. Trading strikes, trading chops, punches, you name it. Trying to get the upper hand. Both men hit hard. Now both men up in the center of the ring. And now a knee strike. Could Chris Dynamite be setting up for the deal breaker? Now both men grappling for control over these couple of months. These men definitely has gotten to know each other very well. This is going to be a very interesting match now that these competitors are tied together, nowhere to go. And what is this? And a drop kick, taking down Sam Reeves. The last time Chris Dynamite was at WrestleBash, it was WrestleBash 6, where Chris Dynamite won a triple threat ladder match and won the Undisputed title. Could that WrestleBash luck be here at WrestleBash 9? But Chris Dynamite looks like his arm got trapped, tied up in the rope behind him, and Sam Reeves taking advantage of that.
Give up!
Choking Chris Dynamite, trying to make Chris Dynamite pass out. You win a bull rope match by submission or pinfall. So we could be looking at... Wait, no, Chris Dynamite rolling up Sam Reeves. But Sam Reeves kicks out. You have to be cautious about the rope, because you are tied together. And now what is this? And a suplex to Sam Reeves, but you have to keep the rope in your conscious, because you can get tied up in the rope. It can make hitting moves difficult or getting out the way and protecting yourself difficult. So you have to keep an eye on the rope. Chris Dynamite getting tied up in the rope once again. The rope can be a deciding factor of this match. And now what is this? Chris Dynamite unknowingly backed up into the grip of Sam Reeves, and Sam Reeves hits a German suplex to Chris Dynamite. This is Chris Dynamite's last shot at the Undisputed Championship until Sam Reeves loses the belt. So if Chris Dynamite loses here tonight, he has to wait until Sam Reeves loses the Undisputed title to get another shot at the Undisputed title. But Chris Dynamite trying to get out of the armbar by picking up Sam Reeves, but he couldn't, and he fell back down into the armbar of Sam Reeves. But Chris Dynamite just striking Sam Reeves to get out of the hold. Chris Dynamite cannot afford any mishap, any mistake. Because like I said, it is all or nothing for Chris Dynamite. If he loses, he does not get another shot at this Undisputed title for God knows how long. that the devil himself can hold the undisputed title for. He's already been champ since November, and if you think with Violence Enterprise, it could be. Wait, what is this? And a pile driver! A pile driver to Chris Dynamite!
1, 2.
A pile driver that can injure anybody at the snap of a finger. The pile driver that has been the deciding factor in many Sam Reeves' matches. A move that has taken time off of Anthony Aries' career when Sam Reeves hit like 7 pile drivers on Anthony Aries at SGW Termination 2023. But now both men rolling out of the ring. And what is this? Sam Reeves getting thrown into the shed. Both men now on the outside of the ring. And Chris Dynamite eyeing down the title that he's been clawing for the better part of a year now. Holding the title for the first time since being injured and being forced to vacate it. And he strikes Sam Reeves with the undisputed title. Chris Dynamite never lost the title. He was never pinned. He was never submitted. And now just striking Sam Reeves with that title. Chris Dynamite is on a road of redemption and now grabbing the ring bell. He's doing whatever it takes to get the title back, and he strikes Sam Reeves with the ring bell. They call Chris Dynamite the Punisher for a reason, and off the body with the ring bell once again. Now Chris Dynamite picking up Sam Reeves, throwing him into the shed once again. And now moving the ladder. No, wait, what is this? What is Chris Dynamite setting up for here? Placing Sam Reeves on the chair. Nowhere to go for these both men, setting him up for a clothesline. A clothesline trapped up in the chair. You have to think of the pent-up rage that Chris Dynamite has been building every time he's failed and been screwed out of his title. But now Sam Reeves taking advantage, and he strikes Chris Dynamite himself with the belt, his undisputed title. Just imagine the frenzy, the rage that Chris Dynamite will go into if he loses here tonight at WrestleBash 9. Being screwed out of his title time and time again. Chris Dynamite has been so pent up, angry that he hasn't been able to get his undisputed title, that we almost saw the return of the demon Chris Dynamite leading up to WrestleBash here tonight, and now Chris Dynamite gets thrown into the shed. They have that ladder set up near the shed. We saw that ladder earlier tonight at WrestleBash when Anthony Aries and Draven Solis competed for the United States Championship. And what is this? Chris Dynamite moving out the way. Striking Sam Reeves. And now what is Chris Dynamite setting up for here? He's eyeing the shed down and he's climbing the ladder. Could we be seeing a dive off of the shed? 15, 20 feet in the air. Chris Dynamite, he's trying to risk it all for the undisputed title here at the biggest show of the year of WrestleBash. And now Chris Dynamite, he's up on the shed and he's pulling Sam Reeves into the shed, trying to stagger Sam Reeves. Could we be seeing Chris Dynamite jumping off of the shed? Oh no, Chris Dynamite risking it all for the Undisputed title, and he jumps on Sam Reeves, taking Sam Reeves down, risking it all here at WrestleBash 9 for the Undisputed Championship. Oh my God. Chris Dynamite could have injured his leg. It looked like Chris Dynamite clipped the back of his head on that little platform. Chris Dynamite risking it all for the Undisputed title. It is all or nothing for this man right here. And so far, Sam Reeves has held his end up of the bargain. Violence Enterprise hasn't been here ringside, but what is this?
You give up?
Chris Dynamite being choked with the hose. Being tangled up in the hose, being tangled up in the rope. And Chris Dynamite fighting back. After diving onto Sam Reeves off of the shed with those forearm strikes, those dragon claws. This has been an absolute war here in the main event of WrestleBash 9. Now what is Sam Reeves looking for here? He has that nightstick. We saw that in the street fight at No Love.
1, 2.
We got the Devil, we got the Punisher here in the main event. Whoever survives this war definitely deserves to be the Undisputed Champion. We cannot deny that fact. And now targeting the leg. The injured leg that Big B injured. The leg that costed Chris Dynamite the Undisputed title. It was that leg that Big B, the Wolf of War, injured last spring, taking out Chris Dynamite 4 months, taking the Undisputed that Chris Dynamite is fighting for here today. Both men trying to regroup here, showing the effects of this month-long war. We've seen a regular match, we've seen a street fight, and now a anything goes bull rope match. And what is this? And no! Sam Reeves caught him in a final judgment out of nowhere. A move that has judged many opponents and won Sam Reeves many matches in his career. Can Sam Reeves roll over and pin? And he finally pins. And no. He has the arm. He has him in an arm bar trying to make Chris Dynamite tap out. And now Chris Dynamite just striking down Sam Reeves. Sam Reeves showing the effects of this war, that he was not able to make the cover after that final judgment. Chris Dynamite just stomping on the chest.
2.
As Sam Reeves kicks out. Even without the help of Violence Enterprise, Sam Reeves has had a great showing here tonight. What is Chris Dynamite set up for? Is he looking for the deal breaker? And a deal breaker to Sam Reeves.
1, 2.
But Sam Reeves kicks out of the deal breaker. A move that has won Chris Dynamite many matches here in his decade-long career in FBW. And now what is Chris Dynamite going up for here? He's going up on that ledge. What is he going for here? And a flying clothesline taking down Sam Reeves. And it looks like Sam Reeves may have landed on that Undisputed title that is pure steel. The trampoline is definitely a dangerous place to be on and wrestle on.
1, 2.
But Sam Reeves manages to kick out once again. You have to think that Chris Dynamite has to keep his emotions in check. He cannot let his emotions get the better of him. Every time Sam Reeves kicks out and stays in this match, we've seen so much already that Chris Dynamite has given to Sam Reeves, and he strikes Sam Reeves down once again. We've seen title shots, belt shots. We've seen him jump off the shed. We've seen him knock Sam Reeves out many times. And now driving Sam Reeves into the metal outline of that trampoline, and now he has a cookie sheet. Chris Dynamite cannot get his emotions let the better of him. Chris Dynamite thinking what he has to do to put Sam Reeves away. Both men showing the effects of this war. Could we be seeing the end of this match very soon? How much more do these competitors have here in the main event? And one final respect this to Chris Dynamite. And no, wait, what is this? What is he going for here? Is he going for another final judgment? 2 final judgments and a cover.
2!
But Chris Dynamite kicking out of a final judgment. And now what is Sam Reeves going for here? What does Sam Reeves have to do? He's reaching for a weapon. Oh no, he's grabbing some cookie sheets. He's filling the ring with cookie sheets. This is not looking good for Chris Dynamite. Sam Reeves grabbing all that he can. He just nailed Chris Dynamite with a final judgment, and Chris Dynamite survived. Throwing a cookie sheet at Chris Dynamite. We have all of these weapons in the ring. This is not going to end well for whoever gets put through these weapons. This is WrestleBash 9. Undisputed title is on the line. The biggest match here of the night. And now both men trading strikes with all of the weapons in the ring. What is this? And a dynamite cutter onto the cookie sheets. A dynamite cutter out of nowhere. Sam Reeves is out cold. Can Chris Dynamite cover and win the title?
1, 2, 3, that's it,
And
ring the bell.
Chris Dynamite has won the title he never lost.
And new FBW Undisputed Champion, Chris Dynamite!
After a year of being taken out, after a year of being screwed out of his title, Chris Dynamite has finally won the title that he never lost. Chris Dynamite has finally reclaimed his throne in FBW.
From the moment I stepped foot in FBW, I told everyone that I was here to reclaim a dying wish. I told everyone that I was here to fix and begin anew for backyard wrestling as a whole. But this brings a whole new meaning. A man who is otherwise undefeated in this event, I easily managed to get in the head of, using the mask of his brother. But above all, this is the key to not only achieving this wish, but achieving the goal of rebuilding this community. I, Draven Solus, the classiest man on
God's green earth, the classiest man in backyard wrestling has claimed the United States title of Florida backyard wrestling. I don't care who I had to partner myself up with. Chris Dynamite, that was just a stepping stone. I'm glad if he ever gets his chance to get that title away from Sam Reeves. I am way too ecstatic. Pass the Cavassier, start the limo. We are going home with the biggest prize in my eyes. Mwah! Now, if you excuse me, I have some money, some ladies, and some drinks to fill. Woo!
I finally have retained the one thing that has haunted me since being stripped of this title. And many of you are probably wondering, what's next? What's next for Chris Dynamite? Well, there's some new faces in this company. There's some old faces in this company, and they all want a piece of me. Everybody wants to attack me. Maybe I'll go against Aries. Maybe I'll go against Draven. Maybe I'll go against Sam Reeves again. You know, the beef's not squashed, but I respect the man for fighting me one-on-one in a bull rope match. But as for now, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat some fucking cookies. I'm gonna go give my kid a hug. I'll put this over the fireplace, and anybody that wants to call me out, come and fucking get some.